and welcome along and welcome back to Charwell. Today is the first day of summer and we're going to be using our JCB a bit again today. So there's a few jobs that need doing. We've got one more field left of our main set of planting that we are planning to do. And what we're going to do is, because we need more corn than anything else for our pigs, or our eventual pigs, because we don't have them yet. What we're going to do is we're going to plant field, which one is it? Field 31. We're going to plant that with corn as well. But in order to do that, we're going to need to get ourselves in a position where the field is ready to plant. So it's been ploughed. What it hasn't had is any lime on it. So we need to do a lime spread on it. We do have lime still in our Amazon spreader. So we're going to head up there and do that. And originally my plan was going to be to do something slightly different with our rotation and this. But I've decided to go this way because it's actually a good idea, I think, to have multiple fields set with corn. So we're going to try and introduce a second set of corn into the rotation so that we can work our way around that. And what we've removed from the rotation, as we were discussing last time, is the poplars. So we're no longer got poplars in the rotation. We're going to plant them in field 19, so the field that's next to us there, the grass field. We're going to put some poplars in that. Now, why has that not? I think we've got we've got PTO that needs connecting. There we go. There we are. Oh wow, this is quite a wide spreader. Although I don't think it goes. Yeah, it does go. There we go. So we'll do the headlands first on this. But yeah, it is basically field 19 is going to be great for us to do our poplars on. We're also going to go and do the field up top. So field 83 will be poplars as well. And hopefully those two fields will mean that we are able to make a good amount of money over the winter months from that crop. And somebody was suggesting that poplars regrow, and I can't remember, to be honest, whether that's the case or not. So we will be looking into whether that is also a possibility. The other thing is, I should mention, is that field 45 has no lime on it. We're going to do that after the first year of harvest. That field also needs to be ploughed. So field 41 isn't... I did say 41, didn't I? No, 45, sorry. Is not going to be the best crop we can get off it this year. So we're going to keep an eye on that and see what effect that yield, or having a lower yield on that, has. But otherwise, it's all nice and good. What I also want to do with this lime is I want to get this emptied off here. This is the other reason why we're doing this. Because we do need to actually go around our fields and spread some fertilizer too. So if we have a chance to do that today, we will. But we'll see how we go. I'm very aware that our crops are growing to a rate. And yeah, those actually, we can, I think, do that field. So we should be fine with that. Right, we want to grab this corner here and spread this. That should reach. Perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set the GPS at this point. Like so. Perfect. Auto width that. And back. And away we go. So this will then finish off this field in no time. So I'm going to get this done. And once we've got this done, we're going to head over and work on getting... Whoop, that has gone the wrong way. work on getting this field seeded, I think, because we want to get the corn in here today. So that will do us nicely. There we go. And away we go. And set ourselves on the course. And perfect. So, yeah, I will see you in a bit once we've got this all done and dusted. Not much left to go now. We're in the... Well, we'll be in clear up after this row. This is our last full row. Has gone pretty well. We're down to the last 25% of lime, which is brilliant. Very, very little that we're going to have to unload from this. So very little that we're going to have to store. As I said, we do have field 45 to finish off after this harvest, so that's good. We've got a bit of lime to go and spread over that side of the field. You can just see it out that back window there at the moment. But this means that we've got this field done. We'll get the maximum we can out of it, which is brilliant, absolutely wonderful. Little bit dirty. We'll head over this way. Up this row here, and it's actually across there we want, so let's pop across and get this last little bit done. So turn that on, and this was where I just had a little bit of an awkward turn on our first pass, but that is complete. So turn our beacons back on and head out of the field, and then we're going to go and unload this lime. But the next job we've got to do actually is to get the corn planted in here, and hopefully we should be good. I'm slightly worried in that our maintenance for our buildings is costing 3,000 a day. I have no idea what's doing that cost, but we do need to offset that, so we might have to look at possibilities of offsetting that, because that is going to just keep eating away at our money. No end. That is just going to be a massive problem. So I think if we could put a solar panel or something like that in, that would be useful, just to offset that cost. Right, let's get into our yard. Might be quite nice to put a gate on our yard as well. But we want to go and park this up. We will empty it of lime later. But I think we're probably going to be getting this piece of equipment out next time. Filling it with fertilizer and going around our fields and getting them fully fertilized, especially on its width. We'll be able to do that quite quickly. But that is that in there. Unhitch that and that. And that's all good. And then we want to grab our other piece of kit. Here. There we go. So connect that. Connect the PTO. Don't think there are any cables. No. We still have 39% corn. We might have some at the shop. Let's go check quickly at the shop if we have any remaining seed. I'm not sure we do, but it's worth us checking, just to make sure that is the case. And it's quite nice having the shop this close to our yard. It makes things really easy to just hop across. And yes, we do. So we can fill up with both fertilizer and seed. It's actually the fertilizer that's at the lower level at the moment, so that's good news. So let's just pop to here and refill with the seed and refill with the fertilizer. And that hasn't quite emptied the fertilizer out. That is good news as well. And we will head back up to our field and start getting it planted, I think. Here we are back up at field 31. Oh, let's get in here. Now, because we've previously done the... because we've just done GPS on this, and set that up. What we can actually do is we don't need to worry about redoing the actual course. We could just auto width and set this down to 19, which would be absolutely brilliant. And I do want to turn the lines on if we can. Yeah, there we go. So that we can then pick where we should be on the field, and we'll unfold this to get our full width, and then we should be able to pick out where we want to start from with this and get this lined up properly. I think about here-ish is pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, that will do nicely. Actually, we want less than one row. So what we're going to do actually is come into this corner here, and that is pretty much perfect where we want it. So bring this here, bring this to the edge, and line it up. Get it nice and straight, and then we can then start on this corner like so, and then we pull this in at the point that we get a full width worth on our cedar. There we go. Start it up, drop it down, and away we go. And then the same thing down the bottom here. We want to do it on a full width of our cedar, which should be about there-ish. Lift it up, turn it around, and we'll take off the show lines now, because we're in a position where we can just keep going with this, and it should produce the result we want. So straighten up. I'll actually take that off so that we can back up properly. Down. And away we go. So we should have plenty of seeds to get this done with this tempo F8. Going up to the edges here means we should also have enough to do the overlaps and get the headland done in one run. And it is, the trick here is to do with just sort of running with it and trying to get it to work how we want it to. Yeah, look at that. There we are. So get us back onto the field. Down with the cedar, and away we go. And that is working really, really nicely. So, like last time, we're getting corn in here. This, as I said, will be used for our to feed our pigs mainly, which is why we haven't got the pigs yet. I want to get it to the point where we actually have the crop in hand before we start the pigs here. It will take a little bit longer for us to get up to speed pig-wise, but I do also have a plan for that, so that's all good. The downside to this tractor is that the cedar doesn't quite like the very sharp turns this tractor can do. Otherwise it'd be perfect. I'd like to turn off the four-wheel steer, but as we've worked out earlier, this particular version of this tractor, as gorgeous as it looks, we cannot turn that four-wheel steer off. So yeah, we'll have to make do with it as it is at the moment. So I'm going to continue on with this field. We're going to get some. We're going to get it seeded as much as we can. And then we'll go from there. We'll see how far our seed goes. Hopefully we'll have enough here to do the whole field, but we'll find out soon enough. We're almost halfway through the field, and we're down to our last 11% of seed. So I think we're going to have to go and refill in a moment. Not too bad making this far through. I mean, we only have 560 litres of seed. And hopefully left at the shop. We'll have enough to refill this. We had quite a fair amount still left on the pallet, which is good. We are, yeah. If we got 1,000 litres on the pallet, that would be excellent. I don't know if we do have that much. We shall see. But that would be good. That would be very, very helpful to have a sizable chunk left on the pallet. Just want to reverse up here like so. Down and away we go. Perfect. So yeah, we're gonna run out in the fairly near future. In fact, we're down to 5%. So I don't think we'll make it more than maybe even only halfway through this run. If we make it to the end of the road, that would be fantastic. Actually, we're not doing too bad. I don't think it's not going to make the end of the road. We will run out before then. So we'll head back to the shop. We'll go and refill what we've got left. Hopefully it's going to fill our cedar. There we go. That's done it. So let's fold in the cedar. Yeah, and we can go and refill this down the shop. Entrance to the field is over here. So we'll go and do that. Yeah, going pretty well so far, to be honest. We're, as I said, halfway through the field. We still have seeds left that we can plant. So that's good. And yeah, we should be in a position where we'll be pretty efficient for what we have, because the poplars won't require any seeds. They have their own pallets. So if we can use up what seeds we've got, that would work out the best way for us. Well, we'll see exactly how many we have left. It will be interesting if we have more than half. Well, if we have at least a full seeder's worth here, we should be good. There's not a huge amount on that pallet. Is it 500? Oh, there might be 500 litres because these are 2,000 litre pallets. So we'll give that a try. Let's refill that. Is it going to be enough? Yes, just enough. We'll take the last of the fertiliser. Not that that's needed. But yeah. So we should have enough to do the rest of this field. There's still a bag left on the pallet. So yeah, that's good. That is really good. We may have managed to get away with only spending exactly how much money we needed, which makes a big difference when we're playing with the kind of money we are. I'm trying not to spend too much. I know our combine is going to cost us a fair whack of money. I'm hoping our first year's worth of income will cover that. We'll borrow the money to buy the combine. We're going to have to borrow the money. We have to borrow the money to buy the combine. Probably the fertilizer, the sprayer. Although if we can get away with fertilizing with the Amazon, we will do. We need to buy a trailer as well. So that's something that we've got our eyes on. There we go. Turn it on. Down it goes. And away we go again. So yeah, we need to buy a sprayer. We need to buy a combine. And we need to buy a trailer. I reckon all of that is probably going to cost us about 400,000. And then, of course, the other thing we need to take into account then is the cows. Sorry, the pigs. Why did I say cows? The pigs, because we're looking to get the pigs on here. We need to buy about 200 pigs is going to be my target. We want about half farrow to finish and half feeder to finish and half farrow to finish. So yeah, that should work pretty well for us, I think. But that means that doing half at feeder to finish means that we'll have it sort of bumps us forwards, and then allows us time to get piglets born, so that we can then increase our population of pigs when we sell that first lot. It won't make us quite as much money as doing farrow to finish, but will make us money in the short term, at the very least. Right, we are going to get on with this field, get the rest of this seeded. Hopefully this seed is going to go the rest of the way. We'll come back in a bit and see if it actually does. So we're down to our last 6 litres, and yeah, we are nowhere near the end of this field. In fact, there we go. We've run out of seed again. That's slightly concerning, because we definitely do not have enough seed down at the shop to refill this. My hope that we were gonna make it the whole way around the field with the remaining seed we had just has not materialised. I think we're gonna have to buy another pallet of seed. As much as I don't want to do that, as much as that's going to cost more than I want it to, yeah, we're going to have to buy another one. I'm going to look at the prices, though, and see if we can get maybe just 1,000 litres. We don't need any more than that, to be honest. And if we can get just 1,000 litres in a big bag or something like that, then we will go with that. I think we've not got that much available in the bag here. If it was 100 litres, I'd be very tempted to try and finish the rest of the field with just this. But I don't think that's going to be possible. One of these bags is not that little. Let's have a look. Oh, it's 96 litres. It's 17%. I look at how far we are on field 31, and I'm just not convinced that's going to go the rest of the way. We've done over 1,000 litres to get this far. That is not 10% of the field, so we are going to have to buy some more. Let's have a quick look at the pallets then. So to buy a pallet of seeds of 2100 litres is 1,890. To purchase the big bag of seeds is actually that's cheaper. That would be 1,800 for. We could do that. We can take that at £900. That would work quite well for us, actually. So we'll take that. Nice and cheap. We can fetch that at the store, which should be right next to us, and refill it. There we go. So there should be enough there, even if we run out of this, which I doubt we will now. We still have about 440 litres left in that bag. That should easily cover the remainder of this field. We've got no other fields to do after this, which is why I'm trying to minimise the cost to us. So yeah, that should work. That should be good. We absolutely should get through the remains of this field. And as a result, have the corn there ready for us to earn as much from the pigs as possible, and keep the pigs going. What we'll end up doing, I think, is when we get the pigs, we'll find out how much feed they need, and then probably sell any remaining feed that we don't need. Right, let's fold this out. We don't have much of the field to go, in all fairness, though. You know, it's not that many rows, but I think it is more than 96 litres is what I do think it is. So turn it on, drop it down, and away we go, and we're back to getting this field done. I think we've probably got maybe 5 or 6 more rows of seeding to do, and then that will be this field done and dusted. We've not lifted, there we go. and then we can get on with well, get on with getting all these fields fertilized over the next few videos, ready for harvest. Well, I think harvest will probably be early autumn as normal. So we're going to start looking at the forecast for that time as well, and thinking about buying our combine. For now, though, let's get this field finished and see where we stand at the end of it. So we're coming to the end of the main part of the field. It is 5 in the afternoon in game, which is a good. Well, it's been a good day's worth of work here to get this seeded. And where we're gonna go is get this last row here done, and then we're gonna head up to the top corner there and get this get our headlands done. So that is and that will get our field done. It's been good to get this both planted and planted and fertilized in one go, because of course this is the nice thing about both our seeders on this map, is that they both fertilize as well as seeding. It's worked fairly well for us. We do have a couple of weird patches, and I will go over those before we finish today. But in general, yeah, we've worked out well. So what I'm going to do is, rather than try and spin round and make a mess of this, we're going to start from here and go around and get this headland done. We should reach the full width on most of this, I think. I think we might have a couple of small patches. I'm not too worried about those. They will be a very small loss of yield on a fairly large field overall, so that's not too bad. In general, though, I'm really pleased at how well this seeding has gone. We have covered this field really nicely, and we've got a little bit of a bit down the side there, but that's okay. Where I don't spend the seed, it's not too bad. It's going back and having to go over the top. That probably costs more than it's worth overall, I think. Both in time and money. So yeah. But this headland is going to work quite well, I think. We've got a good. We managed to get a good width on it for the most part in our turns. And so have not given ourselves a massive amount of work to do doing these headlands, and at the same time, yeah, got the main part of the field done fairly nicely, I think. So we're gonna take it up to the top end of the field. Yeah, we've used way more than 96 litres, as I thought we would. We've used. Actually, we used nearly 200 litres here getting the rest of this field done. So we're going to be over 200 litres, which is fine. I'm glad we had that protection and didn't need to go and refill again. Can I get in that corner? Yes, I did. Perfect. And yeah, just up the back corner of this field to finish things off. And I think what we might do is on this bit, because that is quite a big bit in that corner there, we've got a few bits that are a little more tricky, so I think we're going to seed back towards the gate as well on our way back, just see if we can catch these larger bits. Well, actually that one's not too bad. That's a fairly small patch. I think we're going to be the same as, I think the same is going to be true with that one. The rest has all been got. So that's all lifted up. And we'll go back and we'll just fill in the corner. But all in all, that's a pretty successful day's lime and seeding, to be honest. It's covered everything. And we've got some more corn in the ground, which is something that we desperately needed to do. So let's fold this up and bring this to the edge of the field here. Because, yeah, that is the perfect place for us to finish today. So, we are nicely seeded in here. That will come slightly later than our other two fields, but will work well. Which means that all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.